how to overcome insecurity and self-consciousness for good. So I'll just give my perspective on this topic. I'll give advice on this topic based on personal experiences, based on experiences that I've had. And if you stick around till the end of the video, I'll reference a video that really touches on this subject very thoroughly, and I think it's the best video I've ever seen that covers this subject. It basically breaks it down from top to bottom. It's the best explained video that I've ever seen on this topic, and it will definitely give you a new perspective on this topic. Maybe a perspective that you've already had, but it will really solidify it if you already had it. And I think subconsciously we already know it, but like I said, it's the best explained video on this topic I've ever come across, and it's really good. I'll recommend it. So without further ado, I'll just get right to it. So the first thing you got to realize is that nobody's perfect. Everybody has flaws, no matter what, it looks like. Everybody's going through something, no matter how perfect or, well together someone might appear. You never know what's going on the surface level. You never know what's going on under the iceberg, so to speak, right? You never know what's below the surface of the water. We only see the very top of the iceberg, but we don't see the potential huge iceberg, that lies beneath the water. So things aren't always what they seem. Like I said, everybody's struggling with something. Everybody has their own issues going on, and no matter how, like I said, well together or put together someone may appear, never jump to conclusions and never make assumptions. So yeah, that's the first piece of advice I'd give you. Stop trying to be perfect. Stop trying to appear perfect. Stop trying to act perfect. Nobody's perfect. You're going to fail. You're going to look dumb at times, but that's okay. It's part of the learning process. It's all a process at the end of the day. And I know it sounds cliche as heck, but what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And it's really, really true. At the end of the day, it's just all experience. Look at it that way. It's just all experience, and, it's a learning curve. So the next thing I'd recommend is you have to be grounded in your values and who you are. Think about a person in your life who you don't feel afraid to express yourself around. I'm sure you have at least one person, whether that be a friend or a family member. Think about how you act around them. Think about how you're completely expressive around them, how you're not afraid to speak your mind and be yourself around them. So think about how that feels like. It comes naturally, right? So that's how you have to be around everybody. The thing is, we're afraid to show our true selves to people we don't know, right? And to strangers. And to a certain degree, that's okay. You should watch yourself. You shouldn't, share the best of yourself with people who, don't deserve it or who are total strangers. But I guess the point I'm trying to make is you should always be yourself everywhere you go. Always speak your mind. Always be yourself. Don't be afraid to express yourself. Be grounded in your values and who you are. And that's where, a lot of problems come in, right? At least from my personal experience. We're afraid to show our true selves because we're afraid of being hurt. But like I said, this comes with time. The more experience you get, the older you get, the more you stop caring about, silly little things that you cared about when you were younger. You're able to express yourself more freely and honestly. So don't beat yourself up too bad if you have a problem with this. You should just care about a certain number of opinions. You shouldn't care about everybody's opinion. That doesn't mean you should walk around, being a bully and being mean to people you don't know. That's not what I'm saying at all. All I'm saying is that you should be just mindful and careful, and you should care about a select few opinions, about the people that care about you and you care about them. Those are the opinions that you should care about at the end of the day, because those are the ones that matter. So, and obviously what you think about yourself is of the utmost importance. So have a healthy self-esteem and self-confidence, and only care about a few opinions. This has been a tremendous help in my personal life. So don't be looking at the outside for approval. Instead, look inward for approval. So don't be looking at the outside in, be looking from the inside out. And This means, don't go out and try to get people's approval. Don't do things just so that you can get validation or attention from people. Be grounded in yourself. Again, it all comes back to being grounded in who you are and your values. Looking at the world from the inside out. Not looking to have the world give you approval or validation. This is a big one that a lot of people struggle with, right? Think about all the silly little things people do to appear a certain way, or to get attention from people, or to get validation from people. This is it can be a very toxic rabbit hole that a lot of people will go down, unfortunately. So the advice I'd give you is look to develop your self-esteem and confidence. Core self-esteem and confidence in a healthy manner. Whether that be playing a sport, working out, look for ways to increase your self-esteem and self-confidence. And this is probably the single most important thing that you can do, because this will go over into other areas of your life. Your confidence goes up, your self-esteem goes up, and suddenly a lot of areas of your life start improving because of that core confidence and self-esteem. So if you take anything away from this video, is that develop your self-esteem and confidence in a healthy way. And I alluded to this earlier. It's okay to fail and look dumb. In fact, I encourage it. Go out there and try things and fail, and realize that it's not so bad and it's not the end of the world. At first, it may hurt a little because you're not used to it. You're not used to, rejection or failure. But over time, you see that it's not so bad, and it's actually a great teacher. And you actually become hooked on it. You just aren't afraid to fail or look dumb anymore, so your confidence goes up. And again, it's the school system that a lot of us are under, right, is the exact opposite. Failure is seen as something that's should be avoided at all costs, right? The grade system, you get an A, oh, you're a good person if you get an A, but don't you dare get an F. That's the end of the world for you. And that's not how life is. Life is full of failures. It's full of stumbling blocks. You're gonna stumble from time to time, and that's life. That's natural. So go out there and look dumb. Go out there and fail. Again, don't be too hard on yourself. Set goals for yourself and just do your best. Remember that it's a process, and focus on the process and not the end result. Be grounded in the present moment. Try to focus on the present moment. Try to shut off your mind for a few seconds. As an exercise right now, just try to shut your mind and focus on what's in front of you. It's really hard, right? So this is a muscle that you need to develop. Get in the habit of being more present and more out of your head. Being grounded in the present moment and not thinking about so many things is gonna really free you. So if you made it this far in the video, like I said, the video that I watched that covers this subject very well is a video here on YouTube called, I think it's labeled How to Overcome Insecurity and Self-Consciousness by a guy named Owen Cook. So How to Overcome Insecurity and Self-Consciousness by a guy named Owen Cook. He goes super into detail on this topic. Like I said, breaks it down from top to bottom, really goes over the core issues and where this insecurity and self-consciousness comes from. And he gives advice on how to overcome it. And it's just really, really good advice, and I highly recommend it. Some of the things he goes over that I thought I would share here on this video is he says that a lot of people just take themselves too seriously, and they can't laugh at themselves and at things that happen. Obviously, not every situation is going to be like this. There are times to be serious, and there are times to, take things very, very seriously. And, some things are just plain out messed up. But a lot of silly, trivial things that happen to a lot of us in daily life, we tend to take these things so seriously, like they're life-threatening or life-ending, when they're just really, at the end of the day, silly things, right? So he encourages people to not take themselves so seriously and to look at the bright side of things and to laugh at the, stupid little things that happen in life, the silly little things, and to, not wear your heart on your sleeve, so to speak, and to learn to laugh at yourself and at, situations in life. So I thought that was really good advice. a topic that, or something, an advice that kind of overlaps with this advice is, he said to view insults or things that you consider bad as a joke. View it as a joke. If a stranger is being mean to you, for example, when you're out and about your daily life, like a total stranger, and he insults you, or he or she insults you, view it as a joke, or view it as funny. View the insult as something trivial, like it doesn't matter, because it doesn't matter at the end of the day. And he said that when people insult you and you view it as a joke and you don't take it personally, people tend to backtrack on what they said, and they try to appear like they didn't mean it, like they didn't mean it in a harmful way, and it makes them look bad. And this is really true. From experience, I can tell you this. Don't wear your heart on your sleeve. It's good to be empathetic, and it's good to care about, have that strong compass, I guess. But like I said, again, all this advice kind of goes together. The opinions that you should care about ultimately are just a few. And something that's very obvious that he says in the video is to be tough, to develop a thick skin, do things that challenge you, and build up your mental and your physical toughness. And he states something in the video that is very true. He says that a lot of things, or most things in today's culture, is going against that, right? It's teaching people to be weak. It's telling people to be weak. And I thought that was really, really true. So if you made it this far, thank you so much for listening. I hope something in this video is of use to you, and I hope it was helpful to you. Thank you so much for listening. I'll see you in the next one.